Sanya, a 13-year-old curious city girl studying in class 8. Mummy, Sanya's mother, who facilitates them in understanding different concepts. Kabir, Sanya's 14-year-old brother, who helps her contemplate things and perform various activities. We learned in the last chapter, girls and boys both go through a period of change in their bodies and minds, which is called as adolescence. The changes that happen only in the body, particularly, are called puberty. Girls get puberty at the age of 10 and it ends at about 16. Boys get puberty at the age of 12 and it ends at about 18. Though this differs from person to person. The signs of getting puberty are increased facial and growth of pubic hair, growth of height and widening of bone structure. The skin also changes and girls and boys may experience getting acne on their skin and oily skin. This normally goes away as the teenagers reach the age of adulthood. Both the genders experience changes in their bodies as their sex organs grow. Male sex organs like the testis and penis develop completely. The testes also begin to produce sperms. In girls, the ovaries enlarge and eggs begin to mature. The ovaries also start releasing mature eggs. Girls therefore also begin to have menstruation cycle every month. Both boys and girls go through emotional changes. They can feel scared and unsure about their bodily changes. Also, since they are neither a child nor a fully grown adult, they feel confused about their roles. Friends become preferable companions.
This museum is so close to our house. I wonder why we don't come more often.
Because we have a lot of work on Saturdays and Sundays. The museums are closed.
That is true.
Let us not waste any more time. I want to go to the section where they have videos on human anatomy.
Sure, let us go.
Sanya, have a look. They have videos discussing various stages of human life. This one talks about adolescence.
Let us listen to this. This is a really interesting video. I find it funny to think that all boys and men carry an apple inside their throats.
Now that you have put it this way, I don't think I will ever forget this.
Yes, that is a good way to remember too. Friends, do you know what is Adam's apple? Think about it for 2 minutes. Yes, it is the voice box, or scientifically what we call larynx. Larynx is there in both boys and girls. Although in boys it grows larger than girls. If you are going through puberty and you are a boy, you can observe that there is a bump that is beginning to show in your throat. That is larynx. It may cause your voice to break, go hoarse for a few weeks, but later it will become better again. Now I'm a bit curious. How does it all begin in the body? This process of going through puberty, where does it all start?
I know the answer. I read it last year. the pituitary gland of the endocrine system. It gives hormonal signals to the testes of males and ovaries in females to produce testosterone and estrogen respectively. When the hormones reach these parts, they signal them to start the process of puberty.
This sounds like our body parts are playing cuckoo. Only here, they send hormones across then patting on the back.
That is a fantastic way of looking at it, Sanya.
Because of what you just explained and the photos here, a lot of these internal changes are becoming clearer to me. There are a few more things that were mentioned in our workbook. I want to know a bit more about them. Friends, do you remember menstruation cycle? What are the names used for the first menstrual flow of a girl and the stoppage of menstrual flow? Yes, you got it right. The first flow is called a menarche and the stoppage of the menstruation cycle is called menopause. Kabir, now that I understand a lot more about menstruation cycle, I want to understand how does it get decided whether anyone will have a boy or a girl child?
Sanya, just as your body has been quietly taking decisions about your puberty-related growth, it also decides whether it will develop a boy child or girl.
Tell me more.
I remember us discussing chromosomes. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Very good. All human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes in the nuclei of their cells. 2 chromosomes out of these are the sex chromosomes, named X and Y. A female has 2 X chromosomes, while a male has 1 X and 1 Y chromosome. The gametes, or egg and sperm, have only one set of chromosomes. The unfertilized egg always has 1 X chromosome, but sperms are of 2 kinds. One kind has X chromosome and the other kind has a Y chromosome. Can I tell the rest? Go ahead.
If a sperm that has Y chromosome fertilizes the egg, then we get XY, meaning a boy. And if a sperm that has X chromosome fertilizes the egg, then we get XX, meaning a girl.
Oh, so the male sperm is responsible for a person having a girl child or a boy. This is interesting. Girl or a boy, I like children. They are sweet and lovable. What do you say, Mummy?
Absolutely. There is no doubt about that. We should never discriminate between girls and boys. Both are equal and should always be given equal opportunity.
Like you do.
Yes, it is very important that you take care of what you eat and drink. Also, proper exercise is extremely important. Remember, children, this is also an age where your peers might ask you to try smoking or drinking alcohol and indulge in addictive substances. Do you think what is important for you being addicted to these substances or having a good and healthy life? I believe that you both will always make a great choice.
We will always be careful, Mummy.
We learned in the chapter, boys have a larger larynx than girls. This is also called the voice box or Adam's apple. Boys experience a sense of hoarse voice for a couple of weeks, during which their voice is changing and later they get a heavier voice. The pituitary gland of the endocrine system sends hormonal signals to the male testes and female ovaries to release testosterone and estrogen respectively. When the target sites, meaning the testes and ovaries, receive this signal, they release these hormones. meaning the body start getting ready to be reproductively ready. Women have menstruation cycles from the age of 10 to 50. The first flow is called menarche, while the last stage when the menstruation cycle stops is menopause. After menopause, women cannot have children, while men can produce sperms till much later in their lives. A child's sex is determined by the chromosomes. XY chromosome creates a baby boy, whereas XX chromosome creates a baby girl. The chromosome of the sperm decides whether it will be a boy or a girl, as the ova has only XX chromosome. While the body is going through so many changes, it is important to have a diet to help cover any deficiency. Meat, egg, milk, vegetables and pulses are important sources of protein, vitamins and carbohydrates. They should be consumed regularly. Exercise is also a necessary component to stay fit. Outdoor games are a great way to do that and have fun at the same time. Addictive substances such as cigarettes, alcohol and drugs should be stayed away from, or they may impair growth to a greater extent.